Hello, welcome or welcome back to the Daily Dharma. Today we're going to do a single layer spread here, and we do have some pre-messages already laid out on the table here that we're going to be getting to the bottom of in just a minute, and then we'll take a single layer spread for the today energies for today's Daily Dharma, and then we're going to do a second broadcast on the extended messages where we'll take another one or two layers on the cards to get a better understanding for those, to hopefully get some more people to sign up for what we are going to be doing as a membership portal. So look for information on that soon to follow. We haven't set it up yet. We're taking this week, and maybe we'll do a little bit next week as some promo, just to let you see what it is that you're going to be getting and what it is that you're not going to be getting with the single spread. So take that as you will, and let's get into it. So I see here that many of you are powerful visionary forces in your life. Our puppies are playing today. Sorry about that. We do have the grizzly bear and the giraffe seeing above the interactions of the normal daily earthly matters with the giraffe. It says, visionary, rise above earthly matters, glide through life with grace. You're able to see the right path. Stand tall in your self-worth and love with a big heart. And the grizzly bear, power, comes through as I am indestructible. I honor my intuition and I go where it leads. Love and gentleness are my real strength. I never give up. I will succeed. And so those two, and next under the deck came Raccoon Inventor. Interesting how the giraffe and the raccoon have three individuals on them. So it's like this is a single powerful individual showing up, able to catch and provide its own sustenance to some type of a group dynamic, family, friends, colleagues, some other hobby or interaction, and then being able to decide what it is that you are going to contribute to that enterprise here with. Decide on what you really want. You have the ingenuity to claim it. Avoid being the trickster and practice integrity. You have many roles that you can juggle with ease, so juggle them well. And so this one raccoon at the end is slipping off of his perch, and I feel like within this group somebody is distracted by circumstances beyond the group, and although you're supposed to be getting these pine cones, there's some evidence of this butterfly taking, hello, how are you, taking some of the focus off of things, and somebody's slipping their footing. And I say that because it looks like they're all on the same team, so to speak, but it does say avoid being the trickster. And from yesterday, the very first card out was this Nest card. The Three of Forces is the Three of Wands, talking about our ability to read the alignments coming in, and the way that a dynamic is shaping up, and the way that the stone is being formed through the process of the tumbling that goes on. And over here we have the stone and the flame, and it was coming through as they're both these pyramid type structures, but they're built in different ways. Their matrix of each one is its own thing, right? The flame is a chemical process, and this stone is a shard of the earth itself. And below the deck there we have the riddle. And it's like to say that you come in trying to resolve the riddle that is your journey, and part of this being perhaps how your light is able to captivate and project your essence and your energy towards the world at large. And from the code cards, we had romantic love popping out first and foremost, with the violet flame underneath, and it was showing the earth card here, nurture nature, below this. And so those are our pre-messages here, having the powerful resources to come in already bearing your own fruit and your own contribution, and then being able to glide through gracefully through any type of happenstance. And somebody here is slipping up because there's some other endeavor that is come through that is just a temporary thing that is going on. And it looks like you're able to ground this down into your experience as the alchemist that you are, and to truly see it for what it is. And so yeah, so we'll leave that there. And then so I was digging through, pre-shuffling all of the decks, and I had the Seven of Swords flip out on top of the Raccoon Inventor card, which to me was talking more about another individual within the tribe having some level of self-sabotage that they might not even be aware of in their own ingenuity, and how they are manifesting their own problems to solve or something such as that. And I just want to show again how this individual is holding these swords, and there's these two figures in the background here watching but not paying attention to this individual and how they are handling these swords. And with just a quick slip or a trip, because they're not watching forward where they're going, they could slice their hand or their neck or face with the way that they're carrying these, or something worse. And so it's talking quite a bit about our ability to choose very bravely what we interact with and what we see and what we don't see, and how we are calling this to the attention of others that are playfully hanging around, because we are already above the earthly matters. And so we're almost seeing from an above perspective with this bird's nest, because again, see that mother bird is carrying its dinner the way that the bear comes to feed the clan, and the three littles are there with their mouths wide open. And it's to say that you understand that you're here to feed these individuals, and so make sure that you are very aware of what it is that you're feeding them at all times, because it looks like, because no one's paying attention to the rules of the interaction the way that you are, that some individuals will they'll get the riddle all tied around your feet the way that vines would. And so under here we've got this manifestation of this romantic love, I feel, and then we have the 13, the death card on the back. And so this was kind of telling me that you came in manifesting true love in your life, and with the ability to transmute the things that come up in other individuals. And so you were maintaining your own sovereignty here to the best of your capacity, but then it seems like somebody was using their inventor complexes to go against you in some way, or to spread some kind of news about the powerful visionary that you are, saying that you had other plans for this group, but you were just doing your own thing, manifesting your own personal endeavor here. Especially, I feel like many of you are very busy in your home with this magical, joyful muse with inspiration here. That's the kind of energy that this mother energy comes in with, this mother bird, the girls, no, the mother bear energy here, or father or otherwise. And we're seeing below the deck, below this joyful muse, girls, wild woman, the heart home, compassion, and arrow. So you're maintaining a true north position for guiding your life out into the world. And those last few cards came through because this staff card flipped in the deck, talking about your personal authority, the wherewithal to author your own life and invention. And so let's get you some of these code cards. I'm splitting the deck to magic. Girls, all right. Enough of that. Sorry if you can hear my laundry or these little doggies chewing their bones, pulling each other's blankets. What is going on for the viewer in this situation? Let's get this grizzly bear power. We'll not take all of them, just the first one. Manifest you. Yeah, you're manifesting an endeavor where your passions can come through. And I feel like, yes, okay. So this might be, the butterfly here might also be how some individuals are viewing your ideals, because we have this butterfly up here and it's causing someone to stumble. Yeah, it's talking to me about star energy, the ability to perceive of the multi-dimensional aspects of any interaction that you can be within, and being able to powerfully capitalize on that essence and be able to nurture yourself and to get your means back. So it's again about this fish that this grizzly bear is harnessing. It's about being able to gather the nectar from the surroundings that you have cultivated. And visionary. Yeah, you're coming in head and shoulders above the average. And it's because perhaps that you have been taking part in a situation that is somewhat from an expired part of you. Water, overflow. You're overflowing with inspiration, ideas, ideologies, and Maisie, and ideas about how that energy could be used for others. And it's helping everybody with their own private endeavors, and surrendering to the flow, surrendering to this inventor aspect here, and letting it go where it's gonna go. And the bird's nest, it's so much quieter without the laundry going. I just saw throat chakra try to flip. I think it was throat chakra. We get the portal keeper. So being cautious of the type of interactions that we allow ourselves to have, and to the insight that we bring to any group or person or family or friend group is limited by the ability for them to perceive of their own interactions with this Seven of Swords card, and surrendering to the flow of how we each are very personally accountable and reliable for utilizing the energies that are at our disposal at all times. And I'm getting this Joe Dispenza. He does a lot online, but many people will not know the background story that I was hearing recently. He was in this bike tour, many miles, and he's going, and a car came out of nowhere and basically slammed into him, threw him off the bike. He went rolling and injured parts of his spine, and parts of his spine, several of the vertebrae were crushed, and the doctors gave him a very, very, very weak prognosis, in that he had to go through this and that. And he said no, he wasn't going to do that. He was going to consciously envision his body repairing itself, and he reprogrammed his DNA in that way. And so he does a lot with that type of information, and that's what I'm seeing you doing, is trying to hold people personally accountable for what they are doing and initiating in this life. And it looks like in order to do this, there's some level of surrendering your own essence. Maisie, don't do that. Don't chew your bed. They chewed everything else. So the portal keeper here is guarding the portal of foresight and intuition here. Oh, beautiful. And the earth flips in the deck with something behind it, beyond the mind. Absolutely. So this riddle that we're talking about here goes beyond the portal of the mind into the keeper of the consciousness. Yes, this radical expansion of the self through the authority, the author. Yeah, the ability to tie the self to an author, scripted author. Does that make sense? I'm saying it again and again, and it's not coming out the right way. It's the flame's ability to take up residence in the face of this fragment of the earthly lore, is the self, encountering the self in the world that is all around us, and being able to radically expand ourselves based upon the ability to recognize how we are a fragment of the earth. We are the stone informed with all of this effort and energy beyond the power of the mind itself. And to finish out, we have the sacral chakra, the core of creation, where you are this snake, this riddle here, coming up through into the realms of this activating co-creatrix energy, where you are personally accountable and holding others accountable to the best of your capacity without trying to move beyond the confines of your beautiful riddle of yourself here, and being able to witness yourself beyond the confines of this earth is how you're taking the large and bringing it into the small, into the microcosm here. High heart chakra, ecstatic bliss, and belief come out together to finish this row over the romantic love card. If you believe in the higher self embodying this now moment, this wild woman or wild self that you are, this wild divine femininity, this water that is overflowing through us out into the world at large, flowing through us and beyond. See how the crown extends as a tree. it's talking about how deeply we interconnect with the earth and with each other and with the ingenuity and to be inspirational or to be somebody who's in trickster vibration. And we can do the trickster vibration in multiple ways, but it's also I want to get one more card here. Interesting. I want to finish us out with the Whispers of the Ocean Oracle deck, okay? And I wanted to tell you too, under this other deck, we have Testing the Waters Before Making Their Move, which is covering envy, because you keep shining despite setbacks. But music reminds them of a family heartache. Indeed. You light up every cell in their body. Designer couture, is that how you say that? Flowing and reflective. Libra, voice of reason. Yeah, there's something that you're bringing in. Yes, and the one that flew off the deck, if you can believe it, let your personality shine. You have something that no one else does that makes you who you are. Stop comparing yourself to others and allow your uniqueness to shine through and change direction with ease. There's this way to flow through and amongst others without blending in entirely, but you can see that that yellow fish does blend in with the yellow and black and white fish. It just kind of it's one of a kind in its flow, but it's moving in the direction that others are going. This is a time for change, shape-shifting, or for your soul's evolution. It's a time to reconsider what it is that you are actually wanting. You may be in for a surprise. Interesting. So I'm going to leave you guys there with the first Daily Dharma and check out the Daily Dharma number 2 for more information on your circumstances. Until next time.